everyone. Welcome to GovTalks for those who may just be joining. And thank you for being here this afternoon to talk about GovHub. I am Jasmine Epps. I am the product manager for Digital Services Georgia. And today we're going to talk a little bit about GovHub's latest initiatives, what's on the road ahead for the product, and how you can get involved in the innovation. So first, I want to give you all a quick check-in and take a look at some of GovHub's more notable metrics since migrating to Drupal 8 and since our recent update to Drupal 9. Last year, with the addition of our new training LMS, and because GovHub was still very new to some of our customers, we thought it'd be a good idea to revamp the process of onboarding new users to the platform. So now, in order to access a GovHub site, you'll need to take basic training. And since implementing this new process in May of 2021, we have onboarded 53 new users to GovHub. Another positive result that we saw as another positive thing that we saw as a result of this new process, we saw a nearly 40% decrease in support tickets related to content management. So most of the tickets that we see now are very specific to your content and not necessarily inquiries about how to create the content. So that's great. We've also implemented more protection to our infrastructure in the form of a Cloudflare WAF, or Web Application Firewall. So the WAF monitors traffic to our sites and proactively blocks or challenges malicious behavior and attacks, strengthening the security of GovHub. The WAF came into play big time back in February and March. There were incidents where the Cloudflare WAF blocked nearly 5 million malicious requests over the course of a single weekend. So an attack like that would have undoubtedly been able to take down GovHub had it not been for the WAF protection. So we're very grateful for that. And lastly, since the migration to D8, we wanted to note that we have onboarded 6 new agencies to GovHub. So those are just a few notable metrics that I wanted to share with you all today, but I also wanted to share some wins that may be a bit more noticeable to you. So the migration to D8 ushered in the use of code blocks, which has allowed us to better assist agencies with their third-party integration requests. Code blocks helped DPH easily post dashboards with important COVID numbers at the height of the pandemic. You may have also noticed the emergence of several different chatbots on our sites, some of which are empowered by the code blocks. It's been a solution that we've been able to leverage for agencies, so we're happy with how it's worked out so far. Another part of GovHub that we've been able to leverage as a solution is web forms. One of the 6 agencies we've onboarded is the Consumer Protection Agency. We were able to convert their consumer complaint forms using web forms, which made them way more robust and flexible and gave the agency more control over the forms than they had before. So another fun example of web forms being used to solve problems is the governor's office mansion tour request forms. Each of the tours had capacity limits for different time slots. That type of functionality is usually only found in some event management or scheduling tool, but we were able to help them implement that functionality with web forms. So that kept the management of the event right on their website. We're also answering calls to provide more flexibility in the ways that we can implement content. So one of those was the ability to add video media directly and responsively in your landing pages. So before, you could only embed them in topic pages and other places where WYSIWYG was available, but now you can build your landing pages with Layout Builder and insert a video directly into that. So that was another great win that I hope you all noticed and take advantage of. So that was a look at what we've been up to. Now let's look at the road ahead. So my job as product manager is to facilitate the development and execution of a roadmap with features and maintenance initiatives to continue to grow the GovHub product. It's been 2.5 years or so since we moved all of our sites to D8, but before that process even took place, we started on the design that would be the new face of our agency sites. We believe that GovHub now is due for a design refresh. So we're going to be looking at the themes and the different ways that we currently display content and make some refreshing changes to the design. We are also working to address all of the global accessibility issues on our sites. We gather these issues from several places, but mainly from proactively running site improve audits, as well as reports that we receive from you all through support desk. We also have a Confluence page that is publicly accessible for you all to be able to see the global accessibility issues that we've identified and track our progress to fixing those. And we're working to address the future of constituent and government interaction, which is an end-to-end engagement starting with your website and ending with your internal applications. As previously mentioned by Rachel, to empower agencies to create this cohesive continuity between their website and their internal applications, we're working to provide the Orchard design system. So definitely stay tuned for being involved in informing our features of the design system and the innovation that'll take place there. So everything we've covered so far, we'd like to take complete credit for, but in reality, these initiatives were informed by various inputs. All of the things we've accomplished so far and all the things that we set out to do have been developed through several collaborative efforts between our team and our agency partners. I'd like to quote Helen Keller here to encompass our approach to growing GovHub. For alone, we can do so little, and together we can do so much. And that's true when it comes to building a product that not only serves our constituency, but also serves the needs of our agencies. One strategy we've implemented recently is called squads. So these are small groups within our team that focus on a particular aspect or feature of GovHub. We use the different perspectives in each squad to look for gaps in a particular feature and ways that it can be improved. We bring those ideas together once a quarter to discuss whether or not those ideas can lead to projects on the roadmap. We've also launched the GovHub Advisory Committee, which a few of you may be a part of already, but we'd love to get more involvement from our agency partners. That committee is focused on having conversations and gathering perspectives from our agency partners about their pain points or their wish lists. That insight helps drive our decision-making when it comes to prioritizing which features to develop. So again, another very vital input to the GovHub product roadmap. User testing is another way we gather the perspectives of our content creators. So you may have been contacted by Yen or Rachel or Julie on our team to participate in surveys or an in-person user testing for a feature that we're developing. That insight is also key to making decisions about which direction to go on a particular feature. User testing is an important component of the growth of GovHub. Last, but certainly not least, becoming an accessibility champion. So you've heard this mentioned a couple of times today, but I just want to relate this initiative we have to identifying accessibility champions within the agencies to the ways that it benefits GovHub. Well, for one, it gives our team an invaluable perspective within each agency of someone who is accessibility centric, who focuses on accessibility at the onset of content development or planning of your technology initiatives. Our goal is to be able to address the accessibility needs of GovHub visitors as well as our content creators. So having that accessibility champion in each agency also encourages that it ensures, excuse me, that accessibility practices are the driver in all areas of your digital presence to foster the effort of creating that cohesive and connected experience for our customers. It's important to not only make sure that your website is accessible, but all of your other applications as well. The continuity cannot stop with just the design, right? The look and the feel, but it also must apply to the experience as well. So championing accessibility with your organization makes that task easier. And we want you to stay up to date on the results of all of this innovation. And a good way to do that is to sign up for our newsletters. So we have a couple, and they have recently gone through a very beautiful facelift and contain very important updates about GovHub. Some helpful tips to creating content, as well as the code releases or the code release notes that keep you up to date on all the bug fixes and feature development from our product team. So with that, I'd like to leave you with a few takeaways. The first being the focus of GovHub's future. While we continue to pursue the best experience for our constituents, we want to also ensure that the content creators' experience is equally considered. Our efforts for growing GovHub are focused on identifying what features impact you the most and opportunities for improving them. And we need your help with that. Leading me to my second takeaway, get involved. There are a few ways I mentioned to make your voices heard, including the advisory committee and participating in user testing. And becoming an accessibility champion, having that perspective to be able to help identify accessibility issues for not only the site visitor, but for the content creators benefits virtually everyone who uses GovHub. And if you want to follow along in innovation, stay connected with us via Twitter and our newsletters and our blogs. So that's it for me today. Thank you for being here again. Thank you for listening. If you want to get involved in the user testing, if you want to learn more about becoming an accessibility champion, if you want to sign up for our newsletters, please visit this URL here, digitalservices.georgia.gov/training. And please don't forget to follow us on Twitter. We are always tweeting about what we're working on, just putting helpful advice and tips out there into the community. So definitely follow along with our social media on Twitter. And that's it for me today. Thank you.